Okay, let's picture this. It's November 1911, Henderson Harbor, upstate New York.
Mm-hmm.
It's this quiet fishing town, kind of brooding under low clouds late at night, very still.
Got it. Moody.
And then suddenly this scream cuts through the night. Distant, but clear. Then you hear footsteps, someone running desperately, brush snapping. Something is definitely happening.
Yeah, that's quite the hook. It feels almost like something from, well, a film or a forgotten documentary reel.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. It's a specific story, almost feels unearthed from the witness tree.
Right. We're trying to unpack this one particular moment. It's described as part scandal, part secret.
And it's something that apparently bound this really powerful family, the Dulles family, in silence for, well, for decades.
So where does it start? Who's involved right at the beginning?
It kicks off with John Foster Dulles. He's coming back late from Duck Island, expecting quiet.
But you don't get it.
No, not at all. He hears that sound you mentioned, brush snapping under fast, desperate footsteps.
And then he sees.
He sees his brother, Eleanor Dulles, bare-chested, clutching his plaid shirt, just bursting out of the woods, looks panicked.
He's running from someone.
Oh, yeah. He's being chased, relentlessly, by a local man named Mac Reevy the Cooper, described as, built like the barrels he shapes. A formidable guy.
Wow. And there was something else too, right?
That's maybe the most disturbing part. Faintly, somewhere in the dark, the sound of a young woman crying. Terrified cries.
Chilling. So, a potential scandal brewing right there. Is anyone else seeing this?
There is. Eleanor Dulles, their sister. She's watching this whole thing from an attic bedroom window.
Ah, the unseen observer.
Kind of. She's moving silently through the house, careful not to be seen, but totally drawn in by the drama unfolding outside. Curiosity gets the better of her.
And does she figure out what's going on?
She starts to piece it together. She actually finds Mac Reevy's son, Mo, hiding nearby, in the bushes.
Unravy. How old is he?
15. Described as quick-eyed, smelling of rain and tobacco.
And he talks.
He does, sort of spills the beans, but in fragments. He says it was about a dare, 3 cigarettes, and a promise to show Alan something he ain't never seen before.
Huh. 3 cigarettes and a dare? Seems small for all this chaos.
It does, doesn't it? But that little confession, that's the spark. It hints at what might have actually happened, what set off this chase and the young woman's cries.
It certainly suggests, maybe, youthful recklessness getting way out of hand. A dare that went wrong.
Seriously wrong, it seems. Especially for a family like the Dulles. Even then, they had a certain standing.
Absolutely. So you've got Foster Dulles arriving, Alan being chased, Eleanor watching, Mo confessing. How does it get resolved? Or managed?
Well, Foster steps in down by the lakeshore. He's described as calm, but firm. He manages to keep Mac at bay, somehow. Diffuses that immediate confrontation.
Okay, so Foster handles Mac. What about Eleanor?
Now this is where it gets really interesting. While Foster's dealing with Mac, Eleanor is making her own deal in parallel.
With Mo, the kid in the bushes.
Exactly. She finds him, confronts him, and strikes a bargain. Her silence about what she saw, what she heard.
In exchange for
An endless supply of contraband cigarettes. Left in a secret spot, a hidden tree behind the fish packing shed.
Wow. That's quite the move for a young girl. Cigarettes for silence.
It really is. And the source points out this wasn't the last time she'd keep Alan's secret.
But it was the first time she had something over him. Real leverage.
Precisely. Power. And it says she learned to wield that power with precision later on. This was the start.
So this wasn't just, a childhood pact. It fundamentally shifted their relationship right then and there.
It seems like it. New dynamic, this leverage she now has, it gets tested almost immediately.
How so?
The very next day. The Dulles siblings, Foster, Alan, Eleanor, they sail out to Duck Island with their grandfather.
Okay.
And on Duck Island, there's this specific landmark, a lone birch tree they call the witness tree.
The witness tree. Sounds significant.
It was, for them, apparently years before they'd sworn an oath under that tree.
An oath. What kind?
To tell the truth to any question asked under its branches. A childhood promise, but still.
A promise made in a specific, almost sacred place for them. So what happens there?
Eleanor confronts Alan. Right there, under the witness tree. She lays it out, tells him what she knows, what Mo told her, what she can prove.
How does Alan react? Does he confess everything?
He admits very little, apparently. But the understanding is absolute. He knows she knows. He knows she has proof, or at least enough to cause serious trouble.
So the message is clear.
Crystal clear. The rules between them had changed. Fundamentally, she held the cards now.
It really underscores that idea you mentioned earlier, how in certain families, maybe especially powerful ones,
Scandals don't just disappear.
right, they get buried, they get managed, tended to, and
Sometimes they get used, when the time is right.
exactly. It raises a big question about how these hidden moments, these secrets, echo down the years, doesn't it?
It really does. So thinking about this specific incident, this night in 1911, what does it tell us about the Dulles family itself, even before they became, the figures we know from history?
Well, I think it suggests that even from a young age, secrets weren't just embarrassing things to be hidden. They could be tools.
Tools. How do you mean?
I mean, they became strategic assets, in a way.
Yeah.
Eleanor didn't just cover for Alan, she secured leverage. It was an early lesson, perhaps, in the power of information control.
Ah, okay, so it's not just about keeping the family name clean.
Probably not just that. It seems like it was also about internal power dynamics, learning how holding someone's secret gives you influence. It's a lesson that you could argue might be very useful later in life, especially in the worlds they moved in.
Like it forged an unspoken code within the family. How to handle difficult truths.
Possibly. An ethos, almost. How private turmoil is managed, contained, and maybe even weaponized internally. It's a fascinating glimpse behind the curtain.
It really is. So, recapping this deep dive, the single event in Henderson Harbor back in 1911, it really does pull back that curtain, doesn't it?
It illuminates this whole intricate dance. Family secrets, shifting power, these quiet pacts that echo for decades.
One night really solidified Eleanor's leverage over Alan. Set a precedent. Silence. Control.
And what's fascinating, I think, is how these very personal, almost dramatic moments in the past give us a lens.
A lens to view what?
To think about the complex relationships, the hidden histories that might exist within any family or any powerful group or institution.
Right. It wasn't just some random teenage drama that blew over.
No, it feels foundational, especially for a family whose name would become so prominent. It shows how these seemingly small, private moments can have really significant long-term ripples.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. Consider your own witness trees.
Metaphorical ones, maybe? Or literal places.
Yeah, exactly. Those places or moments or relationships where unspoken truths kind of reside. How do those hidden stories or the power dynamics they inevitably create?
How do they still influence us, shape things, maybe even bind us long after the event itself is over?
Something to think about.